So Aion 2's second developer livestream just dropped, and unfortunately it's all in Korean. So I had to go through 2 different content creators to figure out what content was being covered. So I went through TheWhelps and Arthas from FF14. So I'll link their videos down below in the description. But to start, the first question was about skill slots, and it seems there's about 8 to 12 skill slots for active abilities. Now, the player base is kind of worried that this is not enough skills and that it would reduce the complexity of combat and kind of trivialize it. But the developers are hoping that since there are 40 total skills that you can mix and match and use, they do mention that every skill will not be usable in every type of content. For example, bossing, PvP, farming will probably use different skills, is what they're thinking. So I would probably wait for the beta just to really seeing how it goes. I'm definitely not too worried about the limited amount of skills, but I also would enjoy being able to use all the skills at the same time. So I don't know, we'll see. Next, flying. A lot of people were wondering if there's going to be a pay-to-win aspect to flying. I think I read mentioning somewhere before that Wings gave stats. I'm not sure, but the developers mentioned that there will be no pay-to-win. All functions for flying will be earned in-game. Some things about combat: you can't fly and escape while in combat, and you can dismount flying enemies with attacks. PvP, only through shared zones and matchmaking. Realm versus realm is kind of small scale PvP. I don't care about PvP, so this doesn't really bother me at all. Mobile platform. Main content of Aion 2 will be played on the PC. Main content being combat, raids, all that, because the developers feel that you can't truly do combat well on mobile, especially for an action-focused game like this. They will have a mobile platform, and they do mention that it's going to focus on crafting, minigames, and things that won't require intense clicking. Combat content. There's a lot. So some of these terms are roughly translated from Korean from TheWhelps, so take it with a grain of salt. But there will be solo PvE dungeons. They call it nightmare dungeons. It's gonna be a boss fight, 10 stages, and there is a ranking for speed runs. Then there's a seal dungeon that spawn randomly in the world, about 60 portals. It is a PvEVP kind of dungeon. And then there are camps connected with the main story quest, solo content. And then there's something called the Awaken. It's a time attack boss content, so the faster you kill the boss, the better rewards you get. And then there are co-op PvE dungeons. You have your 1 to 4 man dungeon. The first dungeon is Chrometa, which is in the gameplay. And then there's 2 modes, easy and hard. You can enter a dungeon in progress, but if you don't want to do that, you can change the settings in the options menu. You can also skip mini bosses, but killing them does give more rewards, so maybe you should just kill them all. Then there's the Ascend dungeon, climbing dungeon based on ranking, points based, time, kills, etc. And then there's Invades. Think of it like roguelikes. So you get random affixes, limited death, something like that. 8-man dungeon raids, and then we have PvP. Different PvP content. Arena, there's no flying and is 1v1 or 4v4. Then there's Battlegrounds, 8v8, and then faction PvP, and something called the Abyss, which another PvP thing. Horizontal content is a daily dungeon. The TheWhelps mentioned that it's like hack and slash, like the Chaos Gates in Lost Ark if you play Lost Ark. So it's just a bunch of monsters spawning and then you just spam kill everything. That's pretty much it for a developer livestream. They did have a pretty decent showcase of the character creator and the gameplay, actual gameplay, which I'll talk in another video, going over it. So final notes, release date sometime this year. Next stream will cover PvP, mobile play, and other classes. And final notes, we have an auction house who uses the currency called Kina, which is in-game gold. And the main source of Kina is through dungeons. The reason why it's only in dungeons is so bots can't easily get Kina, which I think is a good thing, because the main thing of this game is pretty much endgame content from dungeons. So if you're playing this game, you're running dungeons. And sure, you could probably make bots that can beat dungeons, but it's hopefully not that easy, right? For Koreans, you can make 1 character name. Console release will be after PC release. There is no closed beta test or open beta test date confirmed yet. So Maybe they'll mention that in their next developer live stream. But that's all the information. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video going over the gameplay that they showed in another video. So look out for that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.